Hello and welcome back to Abundant Universe. My name is Ray and I want to thank everyone, for the viewing, subscribing, and big thank you to everyone who gave feedback and who put some comments in the descriptions of the video. That is very, very helpful for the channel because it really means a lot. Very constructive feedback we received, and it does mean a lot to me because it just gives me the encouragement to come back and keep sharing this great information that I have for you. So thank you once again to everyone. Okay, really, really grateful. Okay, so now I'm going to ask you to forget all your problems and just relax while I bring you this great information that will help you to take full control of your life and direct it to ends of your own choice. Okay, so in today's discussion, we are going to continue with the teachings of awareness, the laws of the universe. But for this particular session, we are going to do more of a recap. So we're just going to try and summarize what has been discussed in the last 3 episodes, okay? Because I believe we want to deliver this information in segments so that I don't bombard you with a lot of information. So the plan is after every 3 or 4 sessions or episodes, we do a summary or we recap what we've discussed. Why? Because it does help to do a revision of what you've been discussing. Because this is more of an educational channel, we want to take our time to get to understand because these are very deep concepts. So that's the reason why I'm going to do it like this. So as you can see, feedback, as I was saying, is very good. So one of the feedbacks that I received from my sister Paulina, she suggested that maybe using diagrams would help in the explanations, maybe, visual, because some people are visual learners, some people they're good with just text and audio, but so I thought that was really good. So you see, we'll start using a lot of images just to help with the understanding. Okay, so yes, that's the feedback we received. So yeah, we'll be talking about, well, the main theme throughout of the project is going to be abundant universe. We're trying to get to know the universe, to get to understand the laws of the universe. And one of the things that we will learn or that you get to start understanding is that we are all connected in the universe, right? So we are all connected and we are all part of this universe. And the concept of that connection is way, way deeper than just like okay, we are united and all this. No, we are connected to the extent that we are one. Yeah, so we are all one. But anyway, I'll leave that for another day because I know some of these things are kind of deep, but when you get to understand it, you're gonna understand that we are one. Okay, we are very, very connected. So yes, talking about feedback, right? A good friend of mine also gave me some feedback, and he came to me and he called me and said, Ray, it's very, very interesting what you are trying to do, but what is your philosophical perspective? And I said to him, I don't understand what that means. Can you can you say it in layman terms? So he then said, I mean, what is your kind of your perspective with this and all that? So I just thought, oh, okay, that's a good question because I want to think most of the viewers also thinking in terms of, I mean, I'm sure some of the viewers will be wondering, okay, what is this all about and all that. But to say it in a very, very simplified way, right? Now, I don't know how many episodes we're going to do or how many sessions it's going to be, but I'll just say it in a very simple phrase that is in the Bible. The message that I'm bringing to you, okay, is based on the premise or on the verse in the Bible that says, "As a man thinketh, so is he." Okay, I will repeat: "As a man thinketh, so is he." And is a proverb in the Bible, and this phrase, "As a man thinketh, so is he," it's rooted on the verse Proverbs 23, verse 7. Okay, so I think, yes, it's Proverbs chapter 23, verse 7. Okay, very good. So, yeah, that's the basis of everything I'm going to be discussing here in this channel is based on that simple truth. As a man thinketh, so is he, which is the very same as the law we discussed. We become what we think about. Okay? We become what we think about. Said another way, you reap what you sow. So those are three different ways of saying the same thing. So, but that's the basis of the message, because the message in this channel is all one message. But because the message is a law, right? As a man thinketh, so is he. That is a law. As you think, that is you. And the other one, we become what we think about. All those are laws. You reap as you sow, so shall you reap. So these are universal laws. And because it's a law that touches so many areas of our lives. Okay. So you will find that, yeah, I just thought I should explain, and I thought of taking the opportunity through, this feedback I got from a friend, because I thought, oh, okay, this could be other people wondering, what is this all about? So basically, it's simply the whole idea of what we're trying to do is to expand on the law. We become what we think about. And you will find that it's very simple, straightforward. You reap what you sow, but that is a big law that affects us in ways that you can't even imagine. And understanding that law, that simple law, will open doors for you beyond your imagination. Okay, so this is one of the diagrams that I created today. Well, to be honest, I'm not like a graphic designer, so so I just ended up using ChatGPT. All right, so these AI generated images, but they're good enough. I think they quite okay. They serve the purpose, but put comments in the description below what you think. I mean, do you think the images could be improved, or yeah? Because I'm beginning to see the value of feedback. So yeah. Anyways, so I did create these images, and just to try and illustrate the concept. And like my sister mentioned, this really does help a lot. So as you can see, we've got the inner world and the outer world. Yeah. And this, in the inner world, you're having the thoughts, feelings, beliefs, imagination. And then in the outer world, this is what we see. Okay. Because we can't see thoughts, we can't see your beliefs or what you imagine. Nobody can see that. It's only in your own head, right? So, but we see the results of your thoughts, like the relationships you build, the possessions you have, and whatever circumstances you are in. That one we can see that, right? So yeah, so I'm liking this idea of using images. It really simplifies the explanation. So the premise, you become what you think, is essentially the bridge between the inner and the outer world. So that law, right, becomes a bridge between the inner and outer world, because by understanding that your thoughts are the ones that can create whatever you want, then you already have a bridge to use that by controlling your thought or inserting your thought. So then, if you are constantly thinking abundance, peace, love, and success, your inner vibration attracts and creates those things in your outer reality. And likewise, if you are constantly thinking about fear, scarcity, negative, destructive, limited thoughts, you are also creating those things in your outer world. Okay, so yeah, I thought these diagrams would help as well a lot. So basically, through understanding of this premise or this law, you then know this gives you the power then to change your life, to change your reality. Because now we know all we need to do is change your thoughts, and that will change your reality. Okay, so you can see now where this is going. Now this can really empower you once you get to understand it. And I did more images of when I was playing with ChatGPT. I managed to create more images of, okay, how do I bring this up? I'm struggling now. Okay, next slide. Okay, yeah, anyways, I created more images of the inner and outer world, and I'll bring them to you in a minute. Okay, good. So I then managed to figure out how to move these slides, okay? Because it's like a new software I'm learning, okay? So yeah. But anyway, so yeah, I wanted to show you another image that I created. So here's another image again showing inner and outer. All right. So you can see to the left we've got this lady who's planting negative thoughts, and she seems to be having a very bad day. Yeah. And on the other side, you've got a lady planting positive thoughts, and things seem to be going well for her. She seems to be getting all the good things: sunshine, money, love, relationship. Like, looks good there. And then I did another one. I generated this one. You see this man here planting positive thoughts, and he's getting good material possessions. In other words, I mean, it's not all about possessions. I don't want you to think it's all about money and all that. But the idea is that whatever you plant, it will manifest. So it could be a relationship. Yeah. It could be, to win a sporting event. It could be finding a job. It could be anything really. It could be anything. It could be raising your kids well. Whatever you put into your mind, it will come. So that's what I mean. So you can, I hope these diagrams make the explanations easier. So, and then this one here. Okay, so here we've got a man who's planting negative thoughts in his inner world, and it doesn't look very good for him. Yeah, it seems to be having a very bad day, and things don't seem good. You see, he's got hands on top of his head, crying. Okay, I don't know, but it doesn't look good. Anyways, so just to really understand that the premise of this whole idea is that you become the premise that you become what you think is basically the bridge between the inner and the outer world. Okay, to really understand that by understanding this law that we become what we think about, then now we've got a bridge that can help us to to manifest the things that we constantly think about, the things we wish for in here in the inner world. Because in the inner world, that's where your wishes, your desires, that's where they reside. So the problem we all have is, how do you get the things you want out of your heart to the real world? That's the whole thing. So now, using this law is the bridge that will take whatever desire, whatever thought, whatever you imagine to the outer world. I think that makes sense. All right, I think the explanation is making sense. Okay. And as I said, it goes with the idea that if you constantly think of peace and love and abundance, then you attract abundance. if you are constantly thinking of negative, destructive, fearful thoughts, thoughts of scarcity, thoughts of I'm not gonna get that job, then you're making it very difficult to get that job, stuff like that. Anyways, moving on. So yeah, those were the diagrams. Let's move on. What is this? Let me see this one. I did this one as well. Okay, all right. So yeah, let's move on now to understand. Okay, no, I think we're not here yet, right? Let's come back here. Okay, don't worry, just hang on, guys. Just trying to figure out. Okay, so if I can just say, yeah, if I can just mention the fact that this information that I'm bringing to you right now, right? This information, it has potential to change your life. Okay? If you truly understand and apply this one principle, the principle that we become what we think about, if you understand and apply this principle, it can empower you to shape the life you truly want. Okay? Now, what's surprising is that this principle, it's so straightforward and easy to use, right? That many adults will just overlook it, okay? Because of its simplicity. For some reason, people tend to place more value on complex, difficult ideas, and they tend to dismiss the things that are simple. I'll repeat. For some reason, people have a tendency to place more value on difficult, complex ideas and dismiss things that are simple. Now, why is that? It's because we believe life should be hard, and when there is easy solutions, we disregard them because on a subconscious level, we just think things should be hard. But that is far from the truth. Life is simple when you get to understand, the laws that govern the universe. And that's the reason why you find that we all know that it's not the hardest working people that get to get the most amount of money. We all know that one. That sometimes the people who end up having large amounts of money are not the ones that are doing very hard work. So that shows that you don't have to go round and round if a football pitch. Sometimes you don't have to do all that. Sometimes it's just changing something, just a small change in your life can make a big difference. Okay. Anyway, I don't know how things to do. I need to improve on my explanation on that one. Okay. That I wasn't happy with that one. Anyways, so now to understand also the fact that this is what happens. Okay. But I know you will go on and say, okay, Ray, if that's the case, right? If that's the case, then why is it that most people don't get what they want in life? Okay. Now, the answer is very simple. Okay. And the answer is most people don't get what they want because they are trained to focus and think about things they don't want. Okay. Repeat. Most people don't get what they want because they are trained to focus and think about the things they don't want. Now, I'll give you an example. Let's say you've got an interview. Yeah, you've got a job interview, and maybe you recently have been not getting a job, or maybe you were fired on your last job. Yeah, and then a job comes up and you apply and you are called for an interview. Now, we all know that when you go, or even when you are preparing, part of your mind is saying to you, you are not going to get that job. And most of your mind is focusing on I might not get this job. I might not get this job. So you see, that's what we mean, that the mind always focuses on, you know, the other side, on the opposite of what you want. If it's about money, you're always thinking, I'm not going to get that money. If it's about academic studies, your mind is thinking, maybe I won't pass. Okay. You see what I'm trying to say? That is the default state of the mind, that it's always thinking about the things that you don't want to happen. Instead of thinking, oh, I'm going to pass that exam, the mind is busy thinking, oh, maybe I won't pass, or, stuff like that. It's just scared. I don't know whether you get what I'm trying to say there. Okay. So that's the reason why. Because of that nature of the mind, right? You then attract the thing you don't want. You go to an interview thinking and scared and afraid, and you don't have the confidence because you are thinking you might not get the job. That's exactly what happens, because that's the energy that you are using. And everything is energy in the universe. And all energy attracts similar energy. Negative energy will attract negative conditions. So fear will bring more things to be afraid of. You go to an interview thinking you're not going to get that job, and that's exactly what will happen, because thoughts are seeds. Just to hope you get to understand that. But anyway, put comments in the description below to feedback if the descriptions, or the explanations rather, are making sense, if you understand what I'm trying to say. Okay. So yeah, you can't put out negative energy and expect to get positive results. It doesn't work that way. That will not work. Okay. So likewise, like we said, you can't dwell on failure and expect to produce successful results. That also, it doesn't work like that. Okay. Yeah. There was something else I wanted to discuss. I think we've discussed everything. Yeah, I think we've done everything for today. So yeah. Anyway, so to sum up, or rather, we're coming to the end of the video. So to round up, so yeah, that's it. And all I will say is, this is an action channel. We are not just, I don't expect you just to listen to what I'm saying and say, oh, okay, Ray said that, so yeah, it should work. No, that's not what I'm saying. The things I'm sharing with you, these things that are scientific. And what is scientific? Scientific is something that can be proved. So the things I'm sharing with you, these are things you can go and practice and see for yourself. Okay. And if you jump on board and want to try this for yourself, you will see that what I'm saying is true. That yes, you become what you think about, that your thoughts are like seeds, and they will produce whatever kind of thought you are planting in your head. So that's something I really want to tell you, that look, everything I'm saying, don't take it for, just through my word. No, go and try it for yourself. And the experiment is simple. If you want to focus on negative thought, you will see more negative things coming to you. You start focusing and planting positive thoughts, you will see more positive things coming to you. It's a law, and that's why it works. Okay, so yeah, to finish, we're just going to do our usual exercise. So we do the exercises. So for exercise, I want you to write down, get a pen and paper. So you write down the law: we become what we think about. Or you can write it as, we reap what we sow. It is actually the same law. Whatever feels good to you. Or you can write it as a man thinketh, so is he. All right. And once you've written it, I want you to every day repeat it to yourself 5 times a day. So what you do, you repeat to yourself 5 times a day. We become what we think about. You do that 5 times a day. Now, if you do that, gradually your mind will pick it up and it will start providing you more and more evidence that this is so. Okay. So yeah, I think this has been quite a long one, but anyway, I'm also learning in this doing videos and all that. So I'm still trying to work out, the best time to put, maybe I might reduce it to 20 minutes and more, not longer than that. But anyway, it's a process. Like like I'm telling you, learning about these things is a process as well. But if we keep doing it, we'll get there. All right. So yes, next lesson, we're going to look at our topic for next video is the effect of thinking thoughts. So until then, thank you for watching. If you're liking information in the channel, like and subscribe. And also, yeah, get to do your exercise. And also don't forget to put comments in the description below. Thank you very much.